and welcome to episode 6 of Ripping the Rack with Brian and Tim. I'm Brian. Tim, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about you, Brian?
Not too bad. Got a jam-packed show today. Lots to talk about. But first off, I wanted to talk about our sponsor for this week's show, Prime Cut Landscaping. Owner, operator Matt Corbo, friend of the show. They're located at 201 Route 1, Scarborough, Maine. Phone number 207-650-9747. You can find out more information, get a quote for all your landscaping and I believe snow removal needs at info@primecutlandscaping.net. They also have a Facebook page and a website. Check them out. Matt does great work. Look at some of his stuff he's posted. It's beautiful. They really do a great job.
They do commercial as well. Commercial, condos, residential, and they do fantastic work.
Tim, how you doing this week?
You know, I'm okay. I'm all right. It's a long week for some reason.
I agree. It seemed to drag a little bit.
Good week, but just a long week.
Tim, what have we got on the agenda for bowling talk today? I know we wrapped up all of our states and provinces last week. So.
We did, and we probably forgot 15, 20, 30 people in our ramblings and stuff, and we certainly appreciate you listeners and pointing out who we forgot.
We would have a blooper reel, but it would just be the Benny Hill theme music on for about an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So today we're going to talk, what do we got? We got some questions. We got questions from our listeners, our listener.
I believe you also brought some more binders from some old worlds.
I did. I've got the 1994 and 95 worlds.
I was 9 and 10 collectively for those.
I was not.
Tim bowled in those.
I bowled in those. What else do we got? We got...
we're going to talk about big strings, matches, series, just something you've been on the lanes for that was big or...
fun.
People crowded around to watch, or it was a finals or something like that. We'll talk about.
Yeah, and then we thought we'd talk a little bit about maybe some off topic, off bowling topic stuff. Something fun, comedians, comedies, just stuff that makes us laugh.
We all need to laugh in this day and age, so comedians is a good idea. I am a big fan of stand-up myself. Have often flirted with the idea of doing stand-up. Just don't know if I'm that funny.
It's funny is I don't know how long ago it was. A couple months ago, someone put one of those things on Facebook. The truths and a lie, whatever, and I ended up doing it. And I always wanted to be a stand-up comedian, which would, I don't know why. That was just my thing. Is I always like to make people laugh. And I like to make myself laugh more than I like to make other people laugh. So I think it would be fun. I just, like you, I'm not sure.
I think my humor is a little too dark for most.
That's probably why you and I get along.
I think so.
My humor is dark. As my wife would say when I show her a meme or I say a joke or I tell her something that I find funny and I start laughing, she looks at me and she goes, "You need Jesus."
Kelly usually asks me, "What is wrong with you?"
Well, no, and she asked me that too.
I don't care what anybody says. Farts, diarrhea, and poop are funny.
Oh my God, yes. Should I start the fart soundtracks here that we have? Because we'll just laugh the entire time.
Pretty much. Let's start with some questions. I know we have some questions. We glossed over some questions in the past, but let's take some time and answer a couple. Tim, you got any there that jumping out?
From our listener, we and I joke with that. If you could organize a made-for-TV big money match, picking only one bowler from Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Bob.
I thought it was Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Where the hobbits live.
And Canada, to bowl each other. Who would you pick? Men and women, yesterday and current.
Ooh.
So there's a lot there.
Let's start with, I think it would be fun to pick celebrity announcers for this. And I would pick Al Michaels, nice. Jim Ross.
Do you believe in miracles?
From WWE.
It's a slobber knocker.
I think they would be great, but then I think you got to throw in Tony Romo and have him try and analyze bowling the way he analyzes golf and football. I think that would be the best panel.
That would be awesome. Oh my God.
What do you want to start with, past or current, Tim?
Let's go current.
Okay.
Let's go current. So
Let's start. We live in Maine. Who's your Maine pick?
Oh, wait a minute. So we're going current, right?
Current.
Like right this second. So
Right
no
this
one,
second.
So no one has bowled for 3 months. Who are we going to take?
Yeah.
Oh hell, I'm taking me. All day long, I'm taking me. Right now.
I'm going to take Chris Merrill.
Well, you're wrong. No. So Maine right now, in my mind, there's a handful of guys. You know, look, you could take a handful of guys from each one of these places.
Correct.
And I would agree with Chris from Maine right now. I would say Chris.
I mean, look what he did not this past year in the once a month league we have, but in 2 years ago in Augusta, he set the house high triple. I believe it was like 480,
Yeah,
460, 480, somewhere in there.
It was a match right before he bowled me, I think.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah, he bowled. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's not a 500, but
it's way higher than my 3.
so I'll say Chris from Maine, Massachusetts.
I'm taking Surratt.
Right now,
I believe he's called on Alley Chat the Dynasty.
see, Surratt's a bum. You know, and
I mean, his boy's a much better golfer from what I've seen on Facebook than he is.
again, Jeff's a bum. I mean, that's a tough one because there's some really good bowlers down there. So if you're going to take Surratt, then I'm going to go with Boudreaux.
Good pick. Solid pick.
I'm going with Boudreaux. How about New Hampshire, Bob?
I'm taking Chris Bovair.
You stole him from me. I don't like Bovair.
Because he beat you.
Because he beat me in the
Danny Flynn's bracket.
thing. And I think he cheated. I'm pretty sure.
Fine, I'll let you have Bovair.
I'm pretty sure the Russians got involved.
I'll let you have Bovair. You know who I'm going to take, actually? Because I think it would be fun to watch him bowl on TV? McGinty. I'd want to see McGinty on TV.
That'd be fun. He's
bowling for about $10,000.
I like McGinty. He's a good
I think he's just young enough he wouldn't know what was going on.
He's a good dude. He throws a good ball.
Oh, hard. So hard.
No, I'll take Bovair right now for New Hampshire, Bob.
Yeah. So who you got
in Canadian? We're gonna break it up: Nova Scotia and New Brunswick instead of just one.
And as you know, whenever you enter Canada, you have to say "Bonvenue."
Bonvenue. And when you go around the roundabout, I'm gonna take from Nova Scotia. I'm gonna take Nate LeBlanc.
Stolen from me, but okay.
And from Canada, I'm gonna take Calvin.
Ooh, well, no, New Brunswick is part of Nova Scotia is part of Canada.
Wait, did I say Nova Scotia or New Brunswick?
You said Nova Scotia, and then you said and from Canada.
Oh. Well, I've been drinking this morning.
Oh, geez. Vitamin water, folks. I think it's laced.
I'm gonna from New Brunswick. I'm gonna take Calvin.
Okay. Let's see. I'll take from Nova Scotia.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Matty Bum.
Okay.
And New Brunswick, I'll take Corey Smith. So my would be Chris Merrill.
Yeah.
Jeff Surratt.
Yep.
Matty Bum.
Yeah.
McGinty, and Corey Smith.
Nice. I changed my mind. I'm going to take me for Maine.
Okay.
Because I want to bowl I want to bowl on TV for big money.
All right. Who's putting up your entry fee? The podcast is not.
You. You're sponsoring me.
You think I made money?
No.
I'm a stay-at-home dad, dude.
That's all right. Well, Colin can. He can sponsor me. So for me, because I changed my mind and because I want to see myself on TV because I have a big ego, or so people have told me. No, they have. I know. It's kind of comical actually, because I do, but I try to hide it.
I'm glad you said you try and hide it.
No, okay, I'll stick with Chris, or Evan.
Ooh, Evan
or Mark, or Cole, or Purdy. Should I keep going?
Can you tell we don't want to leave any of our friends out, folks?
I just don't want to get yelled at anymore. I'm tired of getting yelled at.
I guess we're on all time.
No, current. I'm going with you. We already did that. Oh, women. We got to do women.
Oh, women. Current women.
Yes, current women.
I'll take Amanda from Maine. Amanda
okay.
Carroll.
Yep. Me too.
New Hampshire. That's tough. I'll take my Can-Am partner from New Hampshire. I know she has a Mass plate, but I'll take Iris. She bowls out of Lakeside. Iris would be fun to watch bowl on TV for big money.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to take... I don't know where people live down there, so
Just
this
pick.
is really going to be tough. I'm going to take Lori.
Okay.
Yeah, Lori Lewis.
Mhm.
And for Mass,
Massachusetts?
I'm going to take Maddie Kelly.
I got to go with Maddie, too.
No, I took her.
Not too bad. I think Evan took her, but...
Well, yeah, but Evan's a bum. So I've got we've got Amanda from Maine, Maddie from Mass. I've got Lori from New Hampshire.
I have Iris.
You got Iris.
She's my Can-Am partner.
And then in Canada,
Jill Wood.
you're going to take Jill
I'll take Jill.
for New Brunswick.
Yep.
It's either in my eyes, it's either Jill or Tasha. So I'm going to take Jill as well.
Okay.
No, you know what? I'm going to take Tasha.
Okay.
And Jill's going to yell at me.
Mhm.
But you already took Jill, so I'll take Tasha.
Nova Scotia, I'm going to go with Angela Paquette.
That's wow.
I bowled Angela in the 560 this year, and I
No,
was
she's a good
worried
bowler.
for a while. I
No,
was
no,
gonna
she's
get
she's
beat.
she's a very good bowler.
And I shouldn't be worried to get beat by her, because that if you don't bowl well, you will.
Is Whittle? Is Michelle,
Whittle?
Is
Mhm.
she's
She's Nova Scotia. She bowls
Right,
with
she's-
the,
oh,
the
you know
with the
what?
with the pushy crushers.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna take either her or Jess.
Jess Bain.
Yeah.
There you go.
Either one.
Yep.
On TV for $1 million.
Can we make sure Jess and Iris bowl beside each other? That would be really fun, because they're both really tall and and get very vocal when they don't bowl well. So I think it would be fun, because it would be like me bowl. In a similar thing, and I'll make fun of myself. I bowled a best box at 1710 with Howie Brown once, and you guys were taking bets, I believe, on the backside to see what string we both walked out on, and just left.
I would never do that, Brian. Never. Even if there was a fire. All time. So
Wow,
to
this
me,
is gonna be
I honestly think this is actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
Maine, I'm taking Charlie Milam.
I'll take Chip.
Were you smoking before this?
No.
Okay. So you're going to take Chip. I'm going to take Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
For Massachusetts, I'm taking Tommy Ulster.
I'll go with Tommy Ulster as well.
Yeah. For New Hampshire, I'm going to take Timmy Lipke.
I'll take Carrington.
Ooh, that's a good one, too.
I'll go Beba.
Yep, Babe's a good one. For New Brunswick, all time, I'm going to take Tony LeBlanc.
I got to go with Tony, too.
And for Nova Scotia, which is also in Canada, I'm going to take Robbie Henderson.
Yeah, I'll go Robbie as well. Had to think for a minute. It was a toss-up between him and Hollett, but I'll go with Robbie.
Now for women, all time.
Maine, Dot Petty.
Damn it.
You can take your sister. It's okay.
Oh, no, I would have taken Dot, but you took her.
Well, there's another Hall of Famer there, Judy.
No, again, you got a handful of women. You got Judy, you got Amanda,
Ricky Justice.
You got Karen, Sharon. I mean, again.
Oh, I forget about Sharon.
You can keep going. I'm going to take Karen. I'm going to take my sister for a.
How many eliminations did she win in a row?
I don't know, more than me.
Well, it's easy to be a bigger number than zero.
Shut your pie hole, Brian. We want to have fun on this. Or you want me to start throwing shit at you? We'll get down. We'll get busy. We're gonna throw fists.
Throw hands.
We're gonna throw hands. So I'll take Karen.
Okay.
And Massachusetts, all time. Who are you taking?
Tony Baldinelli.
Ooh, I'm gonna take Stasia. I can never pronounce her name. I apologize for the Zernicke family for mispronouncing her name all of my life. But what an incredible lady and great bowler. So I'm going to take her.
Yep. New Hampshire, I'm going to go with JoJo. Joanne Rosano.
Oh, yep. Yeah. How do I go against her? I can't.
You could also pick.
I could go.
Is Janet Pock from Mass or New Hampshire?
I think Janet's from
Or how about Nance?
Mass.
Yeah. Okay.
Deb Regan is New Hampshire.
Deb would be great from New Hampshire.
Yeah. I'm going to take. Damn it! I was going to take JoJo. Okay, I'm gonna take JoJo as well.
Okay.
How about from New Brunswick, which is in Canada?
I don't know all-time women bowlers. This is tough.
I'm taking Jill.
Still?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take Tasha.
And from the province of Nova Scotia, which is still in Canada. That's I don't know.
I don't know either.
And I apologize to the great people of Nova Scotia. I don't know
Enough female bowlers all time in Nova Scotia.
I don't.
To pick one.
I don't. And
like I said, 2005 was the first time I went to Nova Scotia. So.
Yeah, but that was for a men's worlds.
Right.
So,
but you see some of the, I call them more prominent bowlers that aren't bowling, walking around the back watching.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Jesus, no, I'm not taking Jesus, but I really don't know.
I don't either.
I can't. I apologize. I can't answer that.
I can't. I don't have a big enough sample size, so I can't.
I don't. I'm short. I don't have a big sample size. I'm fun size. It's gonna be one of these.
It is.
It's gonna be one of these shows. People, buckle up and relax.
All right, so I guess we got to move on now to the next question.
All right. You notice we didn't pick a winner of any of those.
No, we didn't.
And I'm not going to either.
No, I'll let somebody else pick.
Yeah. Someone else can pick the winner there. Next question. Next question we got is
from our other listener.
Your team is down with 2 boxes to go in a Worlds match. Who are you hoping is your anchor bowler? And I clarified it with them. Are you looking at someone are you down 10, 20, are you down 50 with 2 boxes to go? Because then it really doesn't matter who your anchor bowler is. And they said you're down 10. Down 10 pins with 2 boxes to go in a Worlds match. Who are you hoping is your anchor bowler?
Tim Matero.
And he said that with a straight face.
100%. Tim Matero.
Are you saying that because I'm sitting next to you?
Not at all.
And I just
paid
you
not
to
at all.
say that?
Not at all.
Oh, thank you.
I crap my pants every time in league when you're up and our anchor is up less than 10. I hope you punch. I do the punch song in my head.
But that's league. This said Worlds.
You still hate to lose.
I do. I hate to lose.
You don't not try in league if it's close.
I know.
If you're down 30, yeah, you're going to airmail a ball and be very mad.
I would never airmail a ball, except for the one I did last year that
almost never touched the alley.
And I did apologize to Jason. I did. I felt bad. When it left my hand,
You didn't mean to go that deep, I know.
When it left, I never mean to go that deep.
Guys, this is, no, really, like, he dropped it about a foot in front of the overhang.
It left my hand, and I just went, oh, shit.
It was the Deadwood line, I think it hit.
It was, my God, it was glorious watching that thing go Oh.
I almost yelled pull and shot it.
2 boxes to go in a Worlds match. Who am I hoping? So I'm gonna answer this 2 ways. I'm gonna answer it kind of my all time.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna go Charlie Milan over Tommy Ulster, and that's only because I've seen Charlie bowl way more than I've seen Tommy. And Charlie with 2 boxes to go when he knew that he either needed a mark or he needed to pick his pins or, whatever it was. Oh my God. Amazing clutch bowler. So I'm going to go that way. And then current, damn, this one's tough.
I might go all time Russ. Russ didn't miss single pins.
Oh man, Russ was.
You want a guy that can make a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, Russ was. So, I'm going to get back to answering this, but I want to tell us a quick story about Russ. For those of you that knew Russ back in the day, and I'm talking, back in the late 80s and into the 90s, when he had his stretch here in Maine of just dominating everything. The elimination tournament in Bangor was in Bangor that year. I want to say 91, I want to say 90, 91, somewhere in that time frame. He bowling Don Saucier. Don was a great bowler. Matter of fact, just he's in the Hall of Fame. I want to say on lanes 9 and 10 or 11 and 12, somewhere in that middle of the house.
Boy, if he did it on 11 and 12, that's impressive because those are tough.
Well, now.
Oh yeah, true.
Russ went 1485 in a consecutive 10-string match, meaning they were no breaks. You bowl 5 boxes and just you swap lanes with your partner, bowl 5 more, and then you swap lanes back, and it's until it's done. So your 10 strings took about an hour and a half.
That's insane.
And
any of you guys out there right now that are in shape and can do it, go bowl 10 strings consecutive in an hour and a half. See if you can do it.
It's tough. I couldn't do it right now. And that was the fun part about the elimination tournament was, you not only had to be a good bowler, but you had to last. And
which makes Charlie winning in his 70s pretty amazing because they still did it that way last one he won.
They did.
Back to Russ, though.
Back to Russ. So Russ went 1485, and Russ had this innate ability to have total blinders on. And he would have no idea what the other guy was doing. The only thing he cared about was he didn't cut someone off. That was it. He was in such a zone and making shots and throwing strikes and just it was amazing to watch. But anyway, so current down 2 boxes with in a Worlds match. I don't know. Like, that is I don't know. Who's your current? Who are you gonna say?
I mean, besides you, I'll go with Matty Bum, and the reason I say that is he throws a lot of 9 breaks, and he makes a lot of 9 breaks.
Yep.
I mean, it's easy to make. It's not easy, but when you're only shooting at 1 pin, and you're as good as Matty is at shooting singles, it takes a lot of pressure off of you and your team.
Yep. I'm gonna go right now. Oh my God, this is hard.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. I struggle with it. Davey. I mean, what Davey did in the Mixed Worlds last year with 2 boxes to go down 17 to win 10 grand for his team.
It's pretty good.
I mean,
it's not bad.
Yeah, and that's current. I mean, that was a year ago.
No, Davey's a great pick.
I'm gonna go Davey.
That's a good pick.
I'm going Godwin.
That's a great pick.
I'm going Winchell.
Ooh.
I'm going Johnny. Even though he got screwed in the Worlds this
year. Hard sandpaper, no lube.
The dude needed a double, 7 to tie, 8 to win. Throws the double, hammers the head pin in the Brooklyn side, and leaves a picket fence 6 to lose by 1. Not his fault. He threw a great ball.
It was hit as well as the 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna with 2 boxes to go. I'm gonna go Johnny Winchell. I'm going Winchell.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That's my pick.
Solid pick.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. What do you want to talk about now? Do you want to talk about big matches, big strings, or do you want to talk about old worlds?
What do you want to talk? You choose.
Let's go big matches and big strings.
Okay. What do you got?
My choice was me, and I don't have many to choose from. But the night that I set my high 3, which is 463.
Yep.
I was on 1 and 2 at Oakland Park, and
That's where I rolled my 500 there.
And I didn't win. I did not win the match. I lost to Jason Kaler, who had 475 and took 0 points. Can you imagine bowling 475 and your team takes none?
Yeah, because I did that against Jason as well when Jason went 512 against me. I think I was.
Oh yeah,
I was 440.
Yeah. So you and I have similar stories. That's the night you actually thought I had a chance to beat your 500.
I did. I thought you were going to do it.
Because I sat on a double in the second string and came up and I threw the triple. And I thought I had 200 and I thought I had a chance at your 5. I punched in the back half. If you remember right, I got full in the 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yep.
I think I had 2 eagles in a row. That's just me putting extra on the ball when I didn't need to.
Yeah.
I got steroid injections, I think, in the 6th box and threw it directly through the head pin and I think out through the back wall.
Yeah.
But
I think I even told you to calm down a little bit.
You did when I punched. You said it was no big deal. And then I proceeded to hack the quarter pin for 1. I did make the 10.
You did.
I got the 3 into the 2, but that's kind of my big. And the only other real big moment I can think of is I bowled the finals in the Can-Am. Me and Iris bowled Kevin McNally and Nancy Vigu.
Yep.
And we beat some good teams to get there. We beat Corey and Jill. We beat Leo and his partner, which is always tough. Leo Roy bowls great in the Can-Am.
Yep.
We beat Jim Killam and Sarah Simmons. I threw a double to beat Jim. Sorry, Sarah. She still hates that. But yeah, we get there, and then Nancy Vigu proceeds to throw 7 spares in a row against us. And yeah, we didn't have much of a chance, but it was a lot of fun.
We've all had that happen.
It's an adrenaline rush to have 100 or so people behind you during a match. I hadn't experienced that.
It's fun. I've got a couple of ones right off the top of my head that I've been a part of.
Well, you have multiple 200s and multiple 5s. I can imagine.
Yes, but I mean, in general, Mark Smith and I. I'll never forget our doubles run that we had at Colonial in Westbrook.
Still the standing state record.
I'm not going to say it's never going to be beaten because it could be, but it's going to take some damn good bowling to do it. 2780, which is an average of 1390 per bowler, is what's going to need to tie it. What's funny about that day is neither Mark nor I wanted to be there at all.
Wasn't it the weekend after the Worlds?
No, it was the week after. So the Worlds were
right. I don't mean the weekend of the finals. I mean that following weekend.
Oh, yes, the following weekend. I was working for the state in Warren at the Supermax security prison.
Yes, Timmy was a prison guard. I'm sure you all think Timmy'd be very scary as a prison guard.
So what he's saying? I was a corrections officer.
Were you on the SHIELD team? Were you the SHIELD on the SHIELD team?
I had more cell extractions than you think there, buddy.
Just so everyone knows, what happens is they usually pick the youngest guy, put him behind the SHIELD. Everybody gets behind him and drives him into the cell. SHIELD first.
Well, wasn't so much like that back then, but we didn't have a SHIELD.
Did they just put you in first as bait?
Actually, the first one that I went on is I remember distinctly because they all knew it was my first cell extraction, and they said, "You're going in first." And I just looked and said, "Yay, let's do this," And in my head, I'm like, outwards, I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." And in my mind, I'm like, "Oh shit,
you're gonna get shanked."
Oh my god, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Holy shit! So, we get ready to go in, and there's 4 or 5 of us, and they're like, I'll go. Guys like, I'll go right. This other guy's like, I'll go top. I'm like, I'll go low. Okay, I'm already there. I'll go low.
I'm probably getting knocked down there anyways.
So the door opened, and this is the Supermax back then, before they built the new prison.
Shawshank?
No, that was Thomaston.
Oh.
This was a newer prison, so it had the hydraulic doors and everything else. It opened, and I got pushed from behind, saying, "Let's go," and I went low, and I took a foot to the face, and got knocked backwards. Got back up, took a foot to the chest. So I was kicked twice. Got sprayed in the face with mace. That was fun. But it did it. I mean, I went in and
thank God that wasn't the day of the doubles.
Oh my God. Anyway, so I had worked a double shift. I'd gone in at 3 in the afternoon, and I had worked until 7 in the morning. So I worked overnight. I had to bowl at 1 o'clock in Westbrook. I'm like, I'm not going to bed. So I stayed up, drove the hour and 45 minutes to Westbrook. I'm warming up. I'm like, where the hell's Mark? Mark's not here. It's 5 minutes to 1. Where the hell is he? He finally walks through the door. He looks at me. He's like, I don't want to be here. And I'm like, well, neither do I. I'm friggin' tired. First string, I went 162 and he went 160. Next string, I went 160 and Mark went 140 something. So we went back-to-back 300s. And then I remember the third string, I missed 5 9-pin drops in the string.
Wow.
5 9-pin drops and went 115 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I went 709, the front 5 upstairs at Colonial, which was considered the faster portion of the house, and then went 750 downstairs. Couple of 170s in the back 5. I ended up 1459 and Mark was 1321.
Wow.
That was fun. One of those days. Again, neither one of us wanted to be there.
But you bowled great.
But bowled great, and won the state title, and set the record, and that was fun. That was a good time. What else? What else you got? What other? What are some of the big things? Big strings you've seen?
Strings I've seen. I've kept score for 2 of Sean Morrison's 200s.
Nice.
One of them during league. That was a fun match too, bowling Sean in the Worlds when I bowl in 2007 up in Halifax.
Yeah.
He was bowling with you guys. That was fun. I remember the match started, and it was originally Charlie and Josh Comer. Because Comer wanted to bowl. He was just an extra guy. He wanted to bowl Charlie. He bowled in Bangor. He goes up, and I think they both go open. And Charlie didn't want to bowl. So Charlie's like, I'm coming out. And Comer goes, well, who's coming in? And he goes, Morrison. So immediately Josh goes to Steve Jameson, our captain, and goes, I don't want to bowl anymore. He'd gotten his butt whooped by Morrison enough in league.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh was 106, 107 average.
Yeah.
He was a buddy, and he wanted to go. And we needed a guy. So I come in, and Charlie giving me crap, thinking that Sean was going to scare me. And normally he was probably right. I probably would have got my butt kicked. But I ended up throwing, I think, my only 400. My 28 boxes worth of a 400.
Nice.
And I actually got the better of Sean that day.
Yep. I remember that.
We would have taken some points, but some dick on the other team went like 440 against us.
I am not going to apologize for that.
You had to, because I was going pretty good.
Someone had Howie felt that one.
Yeah, Howie. I think everybody threw a 400 against Howie that week.
Yeah, that was Howie had a rough week that week.
I've had one of those. 2 years ago in the Can-Am in Bangor, the lowest string I had thrown against me was 122.
Oh.
Yeah, we added them up. Everybody who bowled against me went about 1295 that weekend.
That sucks. That's yeah.
Yeah.
So what, you want to keep going with bowling, or we want to?
Well, we got the 2 Worlds binders.
Yeah.
We can talk about 94, 95 real quick. Or as quick as we can.
Quick as we can.
Mm-hmm.
94.
Just real quick, who won 94?
I have no idea. I got to find it. I can't remember.
I think 94 was Hanwell?
Nope, that was 93.
Oh, that's right. Odd years are in Canada.
Yeah.
Anybody trying to think of where the Worlds were, if it's odd, it was in Canada.
Chris Sargent won the singles, that one.
Who did he beat?
He beat Bill Curtis. Bill Curtis from Bangor.
I've never met Bill. I've heard of Bill.
Nice
I've
guy.
never met him, though.
Nice guy.
Was Bill... Did Bill just have a good run, or was Bill capable of getting to the finals
no,
of the
Bill,
knockout?
Bill had a good run.
Okay. Hey, we all know it happens. People get hot at the right time
he
and win
does.
the knockout.
Bill won. He beat Treeful. He beat Chief 118, 117. Bill didn't bowl particularly great.
He bowled enough to win.
He bowled enough to win. He beat Danny Myrick 112 to 108, and then he beat Jimmy Flynn 116 to 110. beat Brian McKinley 124 to 107, and then he lost to Sarge. Sarge went 137, and he had a 118. So again,
He was consistent.
Billy didn't bowl big strings, but he bowled enough to win, and really that's all that matters. I qualified 19th for that one. I don't know what I qualified with.
Who'd you bowl?
I beat the first round. I bowled Decline, won 137 to 114, and then I bowled Mike Poulin, and Mike. I must have only bowled one half because I bowled a 109.
Yeah, we know Timmy doesn't throw anything under 110 for a full string.
Not me. God, no.
No.
No, never.
I have seen him throw a triple to get to 110, though.
Oh, my God.
The last box of a second string, I think this year, he was 80 open. I think he threw a triple.
Yeah, that was tough. That was, I honestly don't know. God, did they not put the winner on here? I did have the high single for the week, though.
Oh, what was that?
192.
Ooh.
Yep. But that was, I
Who
think
won each division?
Let's see. The winner of the left division was Park Place O'Loughlin's. The winner of the right division was Exeter Lanes. And maybe, just maybe, no. So whoever had this binder did not care who won.
It's probably somebody who didn't make the playoffs.
That's what I'm guessing. Because I have...
any what was high average that year?
My God, I don't know.
You're not very prepared, Tim.
No, I'm not. Because I was just focusing on me, because it's all about me. High average was Jeff Atkins from Exeter Lanes with a 133.92. Second high average was Paul Berger from O'Loughlin's Park Place with a 133.59.
And was this in Bangor?
This was in Bangor. High triple was Owen Martin with a 479. And
that's Big Little OJ, right?
That's
Big Little Owen.
That's older Owen.
Oh, older Owen.
Yeah. And then the second high triple was Jeff Atkins with a 474.
Pretty good.
I know the semifinals was Custom Machine and Tool, which was out of Nova Scotia, and they were versus O'Loughlin's, and Maria Subs versus Exeter Lanes. That was the semifinals. But I apologize for being so unprepared. I have absolutely no idea on who won because apparently...
I'm sure someone will let us know.
Actually, I can let you know. I got the 95 binder right here, and I bet they have the winner of the previous. Oh, my God. They so don't. Oh, this is good. This right here, folks, is really what you came for to listen to.
Oh, it sure is. Tim flipping through binders.
High comedy, folks. This is high comedy. High comedy. Please, God, please let there be a light at the end of this tunnel. Please let it not be a train. Oh my God! Do they not have? They really have. Okay, I hate people. Really, folks, guys, if you're gonna have a binder from the Worlds,
there's a count sheet in there.
there's a count sheet. They actually get a count sheet, but no information on. Okay, I have no idea. I don't even know who won 95 because that's not in here either.
Okay, well, who won the divisions?
Oh wow! So. Actually, a team did better than Hanwell's in 93.
Ooh, wow. Who was that?
This was Mike Paquin, Plumbing and Heating. They went 86-2. They lost one string.
Who was on that team?
God.
That's dominant.
That was... Bear with me, folks. Brian, keep talking.
Okay.
Let's make this interesting.
Tim is currently looking to see who was on the plumbing there. Who lost one string during the week. That's impressive in a round robin.
Let's see. That was Joe Ashline, Jeff Atkins, Tommy Olsa, Gary Carrington, Steve Marino. Oh my God. Who else was on that team? See, I didn't know because I don't have the roster. That was just from the that was like the top 20 averages here. Which of course...
Oh, there's some rosters right there.
I know, but it's not them. It's from the other division.
Oh.
So
anyway, some good bowling was done.
Holy shit balls.
This is a train wreck. I'm sorry.
Well, that was good talk,
That
Brian.
was good talk about that. So yeah, Worlds.
So
We hope to
how-
have the Worlds this year. I'm very much hoping to have it. I hope this weekend. Tim and I probably both were supposed to be in Canada at Fairway Lanes in St. John, New Brunswick, bowling the Can-Am.
Yes. Yeah.
Sad we didn't get to go. It's one of my favorite trips of the year.
Yep. Makes me sad.
By the way, great hotel in St. John. If you look at the Holiday Inn, just off the freeway.
Yeah.
It's literally a walk to the bowling alley.
That's the best part about that is you can walk to the bowling alley.
And they'll let you leave your balls at the bowling alley, and you just walk back. I mean, it's literally less than a quarter of a mile. And for those of you that like to partake in after-hours activities, there is a McDonald's right next to the hotel.
Yeah, but there's also that restaurant right at the bottom
Lock,
of the hill.
stock, and barrel.
Oh man, that
So
place is
good.
That place is so good,
Mm-hmm.
so good. If you hear that clicking, that's me taking photos to put on our Facebook page to show just how cool we are.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Two
Yeah,
dudes,
buddy.
two dudes in a basement doing a podcast.
We're in mommy's basement.
No, it's my basement. It's your extra room if Angie kicks you out. I did just upgrade the TV for you.
And I appreciate that.
So let's see. Let's be done with bowling for a while.
Okay.
That was our talks this week. So please feel free. Check us out on Facebook, Ripping the Rack Podcast. Send us an email. Tim, what's that email?
Our email address is rippingtherackpodcast@gmail.com.
Tell us some of your favorite strings you've bowled, matches you've been in. We know there's hundreds and hundreds of great matches that everyone can talk about. We're also going to put a poll up there.
Yes.
We want to know what you want us to talk about in the non-bowling segment.
Yes.
Trying to get some more people to listen. I know not all you guys. You tune in for the bowling, which we love. Thank you. But let's see if we can get some interesting topics you want to hear us talk about.
And if you really want to, just send me your stories of me. You know, what are your best memories of me? Because
I don't know if we can read any of those.
oh God, I like to have fun.
Speaking of that, let's talk comedians, Tim.
Oh my God, let's laugh.
Who's your favorite comedian? Current.
Oh, I kind of tough because I like a lot of comedians. Stephen Lynch, love me some Stephen Lynch. For those of you that don't know Stephen Lynch, you guys need to know Stephen Lynch.
On Spotify, he is a comedian that sings and plays the guitar. He was also on Broadway. He was in the Broadway version of The Wedding Singer.
Amazing voice.
So cool. And he has hilarious songs.
Special Fred.
Yes. Mm-hmm. If I Was Gay.
If I was gay. There's.
You mean you're not?
Please get. I can't. I'm gonna start laughing the whole time.
Howie Carr. Howie Carr, I think, is my favorite.
He's funny. He's a funny dude. Oh, that's Jimmy Carr.
Oh, Jimmy Carr. I'm sorry, Jimmy Carr.
Howie Carr is a.
He's a radio person.
He's a radio. That's why I was like.
Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr.
His. I don't know. I like comedians that just have no filter.
Oh, well, my favorite of all time is George Carlin.
So I saw George Carlin.
Oh my God, I would have loved to see
in
Carlin.
Vegas. Angie and I went our first year in 2000, and we saw Carlin. Funny dude. I mean, just a really funny show. He doesn't do it anymore.
He might.
Well,
he might, depending.
He might.
He could have a very captive audience wherever he is.
Very captive audience. He would do about half the show would be some of his older stuff, and then the other half was new material. Just really, really funny. Just didn't give two shits what you thought. He was going to say what he was going to say what was on his mind.
Dave Chappelle's a genius.
Yep, I like Chappelle. Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart.
Gabriel Iglesias. Maybe it's just because he's fluffy like me. I'm fluffy.
I like him. Carrot Top.
See,
Dude,
I can't get into Carrot Top. I think it's a stigma.
No, I'm telling you, the funniest. Honestly, I've seen a bunch of comedians. The funniest show I've ever seen in Vegas. Oh my God.
I saw Mitch Hedberg with Stephen Lynch in Portland my freshman year of college.
See, that would be funny.
at the
That
State
would've
Theater.
been-
Stephen Lynch opened.
Yeah.
He opened with a great song. It was called "What It Would Sound Like If the Guy from Smashing Pumpkins Lost His Car Keys." Oh my god, it's so funny. Mitch Hedberg was great. Just completely obliterated on stage.
Yep.
But was able to do a great show.
Yep. I would have paid money to see Robin Williams.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, just
His live on Broadway is
it's one of my
good.
it's one of my favorites.
His skit about golf makes me laugh every
Yep.
time I hear it.
Yep.
And Jerry Seinfeld's the same way. I like observational humor.
I do, but I'm not a Seinfeld fan.
What's the deal with that, Tim?
Right there. That right there. I struggle to get past his voice. I just
Were you a fan of the show?
I watched it, but I think I watched it because everyone on the earth watched it.
Now see, I'm younger, but I'm still not a huge Seinfeld guy. I like his stand-up a lot better. I think my problem is, and people are going to crucify me for this, I was not a George Costanza fan. I didn't like him as a character. I don't like him, not personally, I just don't like his method of acting.
Yeah. Bob Marley.
Oh. Have you kept up with his quarantine observations thing?
Look, I'll say this. For those outside of
New England,
and if you don't know Bob Marley, dude, he is a genius.
You may know him from a little movie called The Boondock Saints.
Yes.
Which he plays a police detective.
Yep. He's been on he was on Carson. He was on Letterman, Leno. He was on all the shows. And he changes his humor for the shows. Like when he's out west, he doesn't have the main accent. He doesn't do things like that.
Yeah.
But I saw him locally. I saw him at the Strand here in Rockland one time.
I have as well. That's a great show he does.
Oh my God! I just because I can picture it. Everything he did, I could picture it. Talking about his parents, talking about his wife and his mother and his father, and he's a great comedian.
Richard Pryor. I didn't know a lot of Pryor. And as bad as it sounds, Bill Cosby. You want to touch Cosby?
Well, are we talking Cosby of chloroform Cosby? Or
Theo, when the pudding pops and and I step the roof and all in her drink. Oops, sorry.
No, Cosby, he was a good comedian.
He was very clean, surprisingly.
I love to laugh. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I love to laugh, and if you're the type of comedian that can make me laugh, I'm gonna watch. There are some real Joe Rogan.
Oh, Joe Rogan's podcast is great. We should have him on our show.
Oh yeah, you think he'd come on?
He might. I'll drop him a DM and see if he'll get on our show.
Drop a DM and let me know.
I'm gonna go drop something. It won't be DM.
Jesus. I like, for me with comedians, I like those that just don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Like they're gonna say what they say and they don't care if they offend.
There is overly offensive.
There is. Oh my God, I'm gonna draw a blank.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, see, he was okay. Like he was funny, but it got old.
He was shock humor at its finest.
It is. Sam Kinison, Bobcat Goldthwait.
I couldn't listen to Bobcat talk that long.
Well, there is that.
What about Gallagher? You ever seen Gallagher?
I could
with the smashing of the watermelons.
I just couldn't get into that. There's a dude that won. I don't know if he won America's Got Talent recently or he was on it. I know he was on it. Stutters. Took an injury to the throat from softball and ended up having a stutter. Drew Lynch. No, not Drew Lynch. Oh my God, I can't remember.
Ralphie May started on that show. Next top comic or last comic standing, I think. Ralphie May was one of the guys that started on that. They had a guy too that had cerebral palsy, and he was hilarious. Not because he had cerebral palsy. I'm not a monster like that, but he was actually really funny.
Oh my god! I'm like, where is he going with this? I was like, holy crap!
Wow, this got dark.
Man, hold on. Keep talking here. I'm just doing a quick because this is now going to bother me if I don't. Oh, you know who I saw that was actually really funny was Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, you saw Larry?
I saw him in Augusta.
Get her done.
Dude is a riot. Like I laughed the whole time.
Oh, Eddie Murphy. How we forget about Eddie Murphy? Raw, delirious.
Oh my god, he was amazing. Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she has that thing where she's stolen some material from people.
Oh, Drew Lynch. Oh my god.
You said Drew Lynch.
I did say Drew Lynch. Son of a.
What about him, Tim?
That was who I thought was funny.
Oh, okay.
There are, you watch some of the old time roasts, the Friars Club roasts.
The new roasts are great.
Don Rickles is absolutely amazing.
He was at the Lobster Festival one year, wasn't he?
I think so. But like his act was clean. Like he didn't swear, but his roasts were amazing.
See, I like the roasts nowadays they do on Comedy Central.
God. The new roasts are just they're brutal. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean someday on this podcast we're gonna roast people.
Do a roast to Timmy?
We could do a roast of me. We could do a roast of you.
We'll do it for your 50th. That's coming up, right?
You shut your pie hole. I'm going down the other way.
No, you don't.
Going down.
It doesn't work that way. You can't yell timber and your age goes down.
Really? That's not how it works?
No. Sorry, Kesha.
Aw. I want to put reverb on. Let's talk comedies now. Now.
Stop.
Sorry. No, so for me, if you can make me laugh, which is pretty simple, it's not really tough to make me laugh.
You just have to fart.
There is I can't help it. There's something about farts that just make me laugh. It's like being in the bathroom, being in a public bathroom like at Kohl's or something like that. Because
Tim loves to poop in public bathrooms.
Oh my god! Just something about Kohl's bathrooms. They make me go poop, and I gotta poop. But there's something funny about being in a public bathroom and a dude just ripping one. So, it is.
Where have we taken this podcast about Candlepin Bowling?
Well, the podcast isn't just about Candlepin Bowling, but there is something that just is inherently funny about bodily functions coming out of the ass. Jesus. Tell me that isn't funny.
I'm laughing, aren't I?
Okay, so when you're sitting in the stall and you just let one go and it's this loud shit and
the other people applaud
and the dude in the next stall goes, "Dude, you're all right?" I mean, that's funny. I don't care.
That is funny.
Oh my god. I have potty humor.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
So what do you want to talk about next week,
Did
Tim?
you just see that strike Tommy Morgan just threw?
Oh yeah, it was a.
Man.
Jack Quinn threw one in the last one that was on. We're watching old Channel 5 stuff. I think it's the Tournament of Champions from like 93? Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
But Tom Morgan's bowling right now, and he just threw an absolute missile.
That was a good ball. No, let's keep with you. So we've got about 5-6 more minutes left here. We can keep this light and talk humor.
I like humor.
We can bring it down to a more somber, talk about some things going on in the local community and the world today. I prefer to keep it light.
I agree.
And
what's your favorite comedy movie?
Blazing Saddles. Could not have it. Oh my god. So I know we're going to go down a road here, but could you imagine trying to make Blazing Saddles now?
You couldn't. Mel Brooks could not make movies nowadays.
Like they took Elmer Fudd's gun away.
They want to take Paw Patrol off the air.
Okay. They effing canceled Live PD.
Tim is very upset. Tim is very upset about Live PD not being on.
I was so pissed when they canceled Live. Sorry.
My kid's sleeping upstairs, Tim.
Sorry, Kelly. Can you text your wife and just tell her I apologize for getting animated?
Okay, I will.
They canceled Live PD, the show that actually shows the good side of cops, of police officers.
Well, they canceled Cops too.
I can't. I am at a loss for words on why you would. It didn't glorify the badge. It showed cops in a good light.
I don't know, Tim. I don't.
Okay.
And I have no room to stand on this, so.
We weren't going to go down that road.
Right.
So.
No, favorite comedy movie for me.
Oh, shit. Did you know Tommy Morgan had like a 180 in this string?
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, folks, but just so you know, Tommy goes 10, 9, 10, spare, strike, 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 spare. I didn't know that was a 4-bagger.
I didn't either. Wow.
Well, folks, we're gonna. Okay, Tommy just released the ball. He's on the head pin.
Oh, he left the academy.
No,
he didn't.
No, he got a break. He's got an 8-pin drop with wood. He's got a double wood.
We should do a watch along, Tim. If you're gonna do
this, he does have a double wood,
and we can do that. That could be an option, folks.
4-7, folks, and he drives it home. He is looking at a 160, 176, 186 in the ball, folks. He's got 186 in the ball to finish. Sorry, John Plant. I think your day is over.
He did go 157 in the first string, though, John Plant.
Yeah, but not now. Oh, Tommy left it, but he stole a 5-pin, so he's got a smooth 193, 191.
Great game.
191. Nice game, Tommy.
And this is from the 1995 Tournament of Champions, John Plant versus Tom Morgan.
Okay. So
my favorite comedy movie of all time, by the way, is it's honestly a toss-up between Old School and, believe it or not,
You're My Boy Blue.
Believe it or not, Grown Ups. Adam Sandler and those guys. I love Grown Ups. I think it's hilarious.
Oh no, it's a very funny movie. There's no. Ooh,
I could watch it all the time.
Wow, I just belched into the microphone. So, no, it is a very funny movie. Old School is a great movie. Step Brothers.
Oh, Step Brothers is great.
I
hope you all put fancy sauce on your hamburgers.
You got Step Brothers, you got Talladega Nights, Anchorman.
Anything with Will Ferrell?
I do like Will Ferrell. I think
I think Paul Rudd's great too.
Yep, I like Paul Rudd. John C. Reilly is fantastic.
Judd Apatow is a great director.
Yep.
I mean, he's done all those Anchorman and This Is 40 and Knocked Up and Superbad.
Yep.
And
Neighbors is great.
Oh, Neighbors is hilarious.
Neighbors 2 is even funny. Super Troopers. I am a huge fan of Super Troopers. I think it's a fantastic...
It is a classic.
It is a fantastically funny movie.
Beer Fest. Same guys.
Yep. Super Troopers 2, not so much. I thought it was okay.
Crowdfunded.
Yep. I did... Again, Blazing Saddles is fantastic, as is Slapshot. Caddyshack. History of the World Part 1. Again, Mel Brooks movies are fantastic.
Indoor plumbing. Pipe the shit right out of your house.
It's good to be the king.
Oh, Tim, I think that wraps it up for today. What are we going to talk about next week? Do we have a topic yet?
I don't think we have a topic, folks. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a poll out. We'll put it on our Facebook page.
We're going to close the poll. It'll be up on Tuesday when this drops, and we'll probably close it on Friday, so we have enough time to figure out what we can talk about.
Even though lately what we've been talking about, we figure it out when I get here.
That's true.
But that's okay. It's good for us. So, guys, I really, really appreciate you listening.
We like to do this, and you give us a reason to keep doing it, because if no one listened, we'd stop.
No, we wouldn't. We'd still do it because it's fun. And I like to hear myself talk.
Okay.
And I like to hear Brian talk.
Oh, thanks, Tim.
So,
thanks for listening, guys. Again, be kind to each other. Be the best you can be. And try and do something nice for someone this week. I think we could all do that.
I'm going to try to do something nice for my wife.
and go shopping for her?
No, I was not going to ask for things.
Oh, well, you weren't going to get them anyways. But anyways. Guys, thanks for listening. I'm Tim.
And I'm Brian.
Yep.
What the hell?
That's Tim. I'm Brian. Thanks for listening, guys.